Well, everybody, I suppose this is, if not the finale episode of using Neiro, very close to it. And one of the main reasons for that is off-screen I have done an absolute ton of stuff. And I realized that the last episode I did actually create before I went off and did a lot of my things on my to-do list, which included making a new trophy area and making a new town and finally finding the right theme set for this character. I completely forgot to actually show you guys how powerful this character really is. Now, before I begin, I will mention potions are such a big deal. Like, when I went to get all of the music boxes, I decided, hey, I won't use any potions. I'll just fight the Moon Lord without them. And essentially 2 hits later, I was dead. It was so strange. I was like, man, I'm just dying all over the place. What am I missing? And then I clued in that it was obvious. The other thing that I've noticed is, although the Stardust Dragon is usually pretty cool, when it comes to being an amazing gun-toting madman, look how fast these eyes go down, right? Just nothing can compete with my DPS. Anything else attacking these guys, aside from the lunar portal, which is very, what's the word for that? Scarce, I suppose. Anything except that just isn't consistent enough. And the best part about this thing is that the Rod of Discord is still my biggest MVP, even with these crazy abilities. Uh-oh. He's doing that healing thing. There we go. Then that opens the bottom of his life bar. I can just kind of hang out down here and dodge. I don't even need to worry about getting hit anymore because of how fast the Space Dolphin machine gun deals damage. Like, not to say that it trivializes the game, but it certainly makes way bigger of a deal than you'd expect. There we go, Murderous Rainbow Crystal Staff. This is something I've never acquired before. I'm not totally sure what it does, but it does do summon damage, which is extremely interesting. But, let's say a few words about Neiro right now. When I made his vanity set, I didn't realize that I'd be switching back to a familiar shirt and then just creating a cool outlaw hat. But, you know what? This is truer to him than anything else. Other than maybe Chlorophyte Dye and, the Vortex gear. It's truer to his character, and that's what you gotta go with. Seriously, though, I've made so many potions, I don't mind about them suddenly running out of steam. And you can actually store extra portal guns in chests if you want the Moon Lord to continue dropping them. See? I've done this before. But let's actually go have a look at what I've created. Why don't we? By the way, let's have a quick look at our setup that we ended up sharing till the end. Of course, we've got the Space Dolphin machine gun. Solar Eclipse. Now we've got the Rainbow Crystal Staff that's new. We kept a Meow Mirror because why not? And I never really found a way to make the Star Wrath work when I'm already a ranged character. Maybe if I was melee, that would work out. But we got full Vortex gear, kept the Lucky Worm Scarf till the end. Sniper Scope, Vortex Booster with an Architect Gizmo pack for building later on. Warding Paladin Shield, Celestial Shield, and the Warding Ranger Emblem. I got a bit sick of the Ankh Shield every game. I switched to this and it seemed to still be quite effective. Of course, max Angler gear in my other slot as always. If we go over to Equipment, ended up having the Lunar Hook, Cosmic Car Key, with the Drill Containment Unit in my inventory to quickly switch between the two. Mechanical Cart. A stupendous looking tentacle with all the cool color schemes therein. Anyway, if we head over here to our desert gallery, I decided to keep a lot of my early game progression here. everything kind of marks a different phase in this character's life. When we had adamantite and just the pickaxe axe for the longest time. Our lizard pickaxe when we finally switched to the laser drill for pretty much the rest of the game. The molten pickaxe and jungle gear to fight the wall of flesh. The melee weapons we used, especially the psycho knife, ended up being really fun to use as someone who ended up being invisible half the time anyway. Shroomite gear with the vortex gun. We only switched to this later on. The sniper rifle was another MVP that we only retired once we had the electrosphere launcher killing absolutely everything else. Our rocket setup, pretty much. I don't have it here, and I should put it in there. I actually acquired a second snowman cannon off-screen. I tried the Frost Moon on my own, and this character is so powerful, he doesn't need a second person to get him this item anymore. But we've literally made it obsolete. And I swear, I got a second to drop that was Unreal already. So, that's fantastic. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Neiro, why would the snowman cannon be so powerful? Well, when you use level 4 rockets, you can basically dig your entire way around the world, so getting the drill containment unit pretty much was a direct upgrade to that. And that's why it ends up with a special place in the Hall of Fame. There we go. For some reason, when I'm recording, item frames and things don't like working for me. We've got one of every armor set in the game, and killing the Moon Lord over and over again has really given me enough stuff to just keep on keeping on. We've collected every single music box in the game, I believe. Including this one. Oh, except for the Crimson stuff, because I never did that. But starting a new world, starting a new playthrough, is something you always kind of do in Terraria, isn't it? But since our character was mostly desert-themed, that's why I went with a desert-themed special area. We never really got all the trophies for the older bosses, but to be honest, that's just grinding for the Queen Bee one, the Skeletron one. Are there any other other early game bosses? We did get all of these. Yeah. I mean, you know, when it comes down to a grind, is it really that necessary to collect everything anymore? I think having a trophy room is really all about seeing how far you've come and, you know, giving a real tribute to the character you used to be. Here were all the critters I ever collected, including a golden bunny, golden bird, golden butterfly, golden mouse. Those were the only ones I ever got. Maybe another golden bunny down in the underground, where we tried to get the Rod of Discord. And that's just a regular scorpion, don't be fooled by its appearance. Got a few vanity sets. We acquired 3 of the developer armors throughout this playthrough. Senx's gear, D-Town's gear, and who's this? Will, apparently. I don't know how many there are. I know there's at least one called Red that I haven't gotten, but, you know, again, that's just grinding for random chances. I think that's a pretty good achievement. All the Pillars of the Moon here. We acquired all the boss loots, pretty much. Oh, Hannibal gave me this one. I think that's cheating. We did acquire the Moon Lord mask. It just looks really ugly on me. You gotta go with the character's true spirit, after all. Oh. We collected, I think, almost all the pets in the game. Of course, there are some in another world we'd have to do. All the light pets. I think we got all the mounts. That was kind of one of my goals as well. Wait, what? This is a light pet. It goes over there. Okay. We collected almost all of the wings in the game, I think. We did get the lucky festive wings. We got way too many keys. I didn't really bother to craft all the hooks, but I probably could have. After all the gem hooks, that's kind of lame. So are you guys ready for one of my most awesomest things I've did recently? We built a town. That's right, an entire town. Little cultist dudes, you're missing out. Because right to the left of your village, we have a new desert village. That's right, complete with the Goblin Tavern and Grill. I really like this thematically. It's got, little goblin statue, little goblin bar, little goblins playing cards. The best place for that painting, in my opinion. We've got Zed Zombies, a shopalypse for all your zombie killing needs. That's right, you want some of my early game weapons, including the Amazon, the titanium pickaxe, and some silly looking gear. Come meet the merchant. He's always at the bar. Not the bar underneath him, the bar where he lives. Got a really bad looking water tower. That's actually worse than I thought it would look. Got a blacksmith shop with all the crafting ingredients you could ever need. An extractinator house, because when you're a desert town, what else are you going to export? A small storage area. A lookout post, which, as you can see on the map, looks over just another desert area. More importantly, welcome to Desert Bluffs, because I can turn on this lava trap and these 1-second timers. Yes, I found it so very strange that although we fought invasions like pirates and the Frost Moon and the Pumpkin Moon, every moon. Oh, I didn't know you can turn the fireplace off. That's weird. But yeah, I did kind of link them up there. I found it so strange that in this playthrough, we never created an invasion trap system. So this town is kind of like my way of saying, I'm sorry, game. Building a way to survive every invasion at the end of the game is lame, but at least we have a cool thematic town where most of our villagers can live. And I've tried it out. Not counting, say, goblin sorcerers, this town is actually quite safe from any mob that comes through. Because, of course, they all fall in the fire and can't get to your homes. As long as you keep your doors locked, you should be fine. Now, other than that, I believe we've actually seen pretty much everything on my map. Let's just go through all the teleporters again just to double check anything significant. We need our anglers living in here. Oops. And of course, directly above the angler, we made our cool little Martian hangout town. I guess we can call it that. That was the whole point of building this small place in the sky. Trying to get alien probes to spawn. Now the guide lives up here. Also, we actually acquired Wyvern banners from them. That's pretty awesome. You know, throughout this playthrough, I even came somewhat close to getting a nymph banner. Not that that's totally necessary. All over the map, we've got cool fishing spots. This was a silly, really bad shrine to Plantera I tried to make once. It's terrible. Don't even give me the benefit of the doubt on that one. We've got the wild and wacky Fishron minecart maze thing. I'm pretty sure if I tried to fight Fishron now, the Space Dolphin machine gun really wouldn't even give him a shot at it. That's how strong chlorophyte bullets are. I don't even need to change to Luminite, because what would the point be? Luminite bullets, I believe, allow you to shoot like 4 enemies at once. Totally unnecessary. Of course, we have the Truffle Worm Farm, which also doubles as a very nice Soul of Night gathering place. I suppose a granite place, too. Again, feel free to fish here in the bottom right corner. I kind of ended up using the bottomless water bucket to flood this area for the heck of it. But since this character can swim, you know why, that's not a big deal at all. I'm really proud of, like, everything this guy's made. I hope it shows. Fishing. Well, we didn't really do anything in the ice biome. It kind of sucks. Which is thematic too, because my character's a desert dweller. And you know, we spent so much time gathering stuff for the Rod of Discord. I am not going to show that off. Does this thing, like, not actually deal any damage? That's weird. Or do I just suck? For a rainbow crystal staff that you can only get at the end of the game, that didn't kill that whatsoever. What's up with that? I find that unacceptable. Let's see how well this staff does against Plantera. Because I can. Why not? That seems like exactly the kind of foolhardy thing I would do. Oh yeah, also drill containment unit in the jungle. I think I only needed one episode to show you how amazing that was. I hope you all get one later in your playthroughs. It's crazy. I really don't get what it's doing. Besides being very pretty. Like, for serious, what? I would rather use the solar eruption flail directly next to you, but that's not going to work. So Plantera is still a formidable foe. And the Rainbow Crystal Staff seems to suck. I mean, you're pretty, but you didn't even deal any damage to Plantera. I mean, don't start telling me that the Rainbow Crystal Staff, you know, it only deals damage to enemies that aren't bosses, because nobody in their right mind would design a weapon that does that. What is it doing? It's creating small explosions, but the delay on it is so much that, like, I'm dying to hornets here. Like, come on. At least Lunar Flare, like this thing. Like, I can put Lunar Flare anywhere. Right? That's dumb! I don't understand! I thought endgame weapons were supposed to be better than that. I've seen lots of videos trying to compare the Star Wrath to the Meowmere and saying, oh, which one's better? Look how much damage they do. Why does the Murderous Crystal Staff suck so much? Like, why? Just why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. What? Am I using it wrong? How could I possibly be using it wrong? It's a summoner item. It's kind of a set it there and forget it kind of thing. But even then, like, a radiant crystal that banishes your enemies. But what does it do? Do I have anything to summon? Anything? Maybe my test sucks. Alright, let's try summoning the Eater of Worlds. That sounds okay. No. Actually, the Abomination. Let's try that. Let's try 5 of these. Okay, let's see how well the Rainbow Crystal Staff does against Queen Bee. Come on, man. This is a no-brainer. Queen Bee, You should be able to be fine. There's even a point in the battle against the queen bee in which it stops completely still. Okay, well, let's do this in the open. Maybe it needs to be in the open, okay? Come on! Deal some damage to this enemy! If I stood here and let the Rainbow Crystal Staff deal all the enemy to the Queen Bee until it stood completely still, it would be completely useless. Compare that to this. I mean, I can't banish them, so they're going to be playing with each other, I guess. But this is ridiculous. Like, for something that's very pretty, it doesn't really do anything, does it? No. Compared to this, splat, right? There's no comparison. I mean, for trying to get every item that the Moon Lord drops, there's some clear differences here. I'm not sure I would ever go double Terrarian yo-yo bag. But if I did, at least I know it would be better than that. Even the Electrosphere launcher at least deals constant damage. That's why it's still in my hotbar. It'll eat through any pillar instantly. It couldn't even finish it off before it ran into that. Oh, so disappointing. So disappointing. But that's just my gripe. I don't think I would ever truly be a summoner class, because I don't think, like, hanging around waiting for weapons like this to kill my enemies is a smart move ever in the history of ever. I'd do a melee one again, maybe. Nobody's ever seen that, and I had so much fun with it. And the game has changed a lot since then. What do you mean I don't have any spare Eye of Cthulhu fish? That's just sad. Oops, I need to stop doing that. Accidentally leaving the cell phone on my hotbar selected while I go to sell things. It sucks. But basically, I think, you know, this is pretty much it, unless you guys can think of anything else for my ranged character to do. He's done it. He's gotten as strong as he can. He can beat the Moon Lord consistently and acquire even the worst items from him. I could build a town made out of luminite ore, but who would want to do that? What purpose would that gain be? Nothing. This is the world I have made. It is fabulous. Huzzah. Really. I mean, look at all the luminite I have. After you've made all the armor, what good are the bars? We've reached critical mass with this character, and although I appreciate the difficulty and amazingness of this game, we've done it. We've even beat the Frost Moon, and if we looked at all of our achievements, just for the heck of it, the only ones left to do, if you guys were curious, there's only 7 that we've never done. Some of them we can't do with this character. It just wouldn't be right. How did I miss a slime? Oh, the Crim Slime. Yes, because you need 2 worlds to get this achievement. How silly of me. Didn't think of that. Mastermind, Brain of Cthulhu. Frost Legion, because that's terrible. Fire a bee gun while wearing a full set of bee armor? Maybe next time. Rainbows and unicorns? That never came up. You and what army? I'm not a summoner, and I've only got 80 out of 200. Ick. As much as fishing quests are okay, as a completionist, why? I've already gotten everything that fishing could give me. I would literally have to start another character and fish. Twice as hard as I did this time around. Let me reiterate that last point. Ick. But I suppose that goes to show real completionists get that achievement. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this. What do I think of the endgame of Terraria? Moonlord without the endgame armors? Extremely difficult. Especially for Ranger, at least, because just taking damage takes you out of stealth. So you've got to have a real good plan. You got to rely on potions. I like that a lot. It makes you feel a lot more accomplished, because it's not simple. You've got to craft a way to beat it. I wonder if I should create some sort of challenge, like start the next game with a character that already owns the portal gun or the gravity globe, because I can't see those items coming useful at this point in the game literally ever. Look, if I try to put this on, why would I ever want to play the entire world upside down? I mean, I don't think you can now, for example, grab a bed and put the bed upside down. I mean, even though the world is upside down, my perspective isn't. See, it's just such an odd item, it makes you wonder why. And what you should be able to do with it. The portal gun at least has one very odd function, which is, finally, you can move your NPCs around. Why would you ever do that? Well, in case you wanted to kill them off. That's about it. Get the peddler's hat. Even so, you can just drown the guy in the well. Did I mention my desert town had a well? Go me. No, it'd be a weird challenge to have to use both items in tandem. Like, run around the world going upside down and putting portals to move. But that still doesn't sound as, like a fun idea. I don't know, maybe I'll think of something. Anyway, please leave a message in your comments. And, you know what? For having an end to Terraria, I think it's pretty epic. They added a great final boss. They added great progression for all the classes. Although a great point of Terraria is that you can kind of choose what weapons to use, it does kind of force you into using the Vortex Beater, the Solar Eruption. I haven't tried magic in a long time. But since that was the first playthrough I ever did in Terraria, I don't know if that's, a thing. Oh well. Anyway, I appreciate all you guys for sticking with me till now. And sticking it to the man, right? Oh man. Well, thank you to everybody out there. I still really like that the first structure I made that was significant, the Tower of the Sundial, ended up being extremely significant right till the end. I think that was a great touch on my behalf. I'd really like if everybody kind of was able to say, hey, I want a magic playthrough. I'd rather a melee playthrough, a summoner playthrough. That's not going to happen. But I would like to see what everybody thinks. So please mention it in the comments and, any challenges you might have ideas for. At the very least, a Crimson World would be different, and I like Terraria enough to, you know what, maybe play it all again. Maybe not right away, but eventually it's a niche. So, you know what? Thanks for watching, guys. It's been great.